Hello, this is Professor Asma Parveen from Department of Psychology. Today I will talk about field study. Field study is also known as field work, and it is one of the method of gathering information that take place outside of traditional settings like laboratories or classrooms. It is used in various fields with different approaches depending on the discipline. For instance, biologists might observe animals in their natural habitats, while social scientists may engage in conversations or observations to understand cultures and social structures. Field research encompasses a range of activities such as informal interviews, observing events, participating in group activities, and examining personal documents. It aims to capture both qualitative aspects like descriptions and quantitative aspects like numerical data. Unlike experiments, field studies do not involve intentional manipulation by the researcher, and everything is observed in natural settings. Data can be collected through face to face interactions, surveys, or direct observations. The data collected is the data collected is specific to a particular problem or question, and researchers carefully plan their approach to ensure accurate and reliable data collection. Once the data is gathered, it is analyzed to determine its significance and meaning. Field research or field study involves collecting data and conducting research in various ways because there are different types of field study, and one of the method is direct observation. In this method, data is collected by observing subjects in their natural environment without interfering with their behavior or the outcome of the situation. This method provides valuable information about how people interact with each other and their surroundings. It is commonly used in public settings but not in private environments due to ethical concerns. Another method is participant observation, where the researcher is actively involved in the research process as both an observer and a participant and a participant. Similar to direct observation, this method also take place in similar to direct observation, this method also takes place in a natural environment. However, the researcher engages in discussions and can shape the direction of those discussions to create a comfortable and open atmosphere for in-depth conversations. Researchers live in a seat. Researchers live in a setting that is convenient for the participants of the study. Direct observation is often used in public settings such as parks or shopping malls where people's behavior can be observed without intruding on their privacy. This method allows researchers to see how individuals interact with each other and their environment, providing valuable understanding of the social dynamics. One thing that must be considered by the researchers is that direct observation should not be conducted in private environments as it would violate ethical boundaries and invade people's privacy. On the other hand, participant observation involves the researchers immersing themselves in the natural environment of the subjects. By actively participating in discussions and shaping the direction of the researchers can have a deeper understanding of the subject matter. This method is often used in qualitative research, where in depth interviews and conversations are essential for gathering rich and in depth data. To ensure a comfortable and open atmosphere for these discussions, researchers may choose to live in a setting that is convenient for the participants. Another type of field study is ethnography. It is a fascinating type of social research that involves immersing oneself in a community to gain a deep understanding of their culture and values. Imagine living among a tribe, silent, Imagine living among a tribe, silently observing their daily behavior to truly comprehend how they live. This method allows researchers to be This method allows researchers to go beyond surface level observations and understand the intricacies of a community's way of life. Another valuable research method is qualitative interviews, which involve asking specific questions directly to the research subjects. These interviews can take various forms, ranging from informal and conversational to semi structured or standardized and open ended. The flexibility of this approach enables researchers to gather a wealth of data for analysis, including insights into relationships. It can involve one on one interviews, focus groups, and even analyzing written text. Through ethnography, researchers can witness firsthand the daily routines, rituals, and traditions that define a community or tribe. By living among them, they can observe the subtle interactions and social dynamics that may not be apparent through other research methods. This immersive experience allows researchers to have a deep empathy and understanding for the community they are studying. On the other hand, qualitative interviews provide an opportunity for researchers to engage directly with individuals within the community. By asking specific questions, researchers can uncover personal experiences, perspectives, and opinions that contribute to a richer understanding of the community's culture. Whether it is through one on one interviews or group discussions, these conversations offer unique insights into the relationships and dynamics that exist within the community. Another method is the case study method. Case study research is another method of analyzing a person, situation, or event in great detail. While it may initially appear complex, it is actually one of the simplest ways to conduct research. The key lies in effectively collecting data and interpreting its significance. By delving deep into the subject matter, researchers have a comprehensive understanding of the topic. This approach allows for a thorough examination of various factors and their interconnections, providing valuable knowledge. Different type of case studies serve different purposes within the research process. For example, exploratory case studies are particularly useful when there is limited existing information available. They allow researchers to understand uncharted territory, generating new ideas and hypotheses. On the other hand, descriptive case studies aim to provide a comprehensive and detailed account of a specific phenomena or situation. By examining all relevant aspects, researchers can have a deep understanding of the subject matter. On the other hand, explanatory case studies help the researchers to understand the causal relationships between variables and events, seeking to uncover the underlying mechanism at play. To ensure the accuracy and dependability of the findings of the case studies, researchers utilize multiple sources of evidence when conducting a case study. These sources can range from interviews with relevant individuals to direct observations of the subject matter. Additionally, documents and artifacts may be examined to provide further insights. By triangulating these diverse sources, researchers can strengthen the validity and reliability of their conclusions. By triangulating these diverse sources, researchers can strengthen the validity and reliability of their conclusions. A significant advantage of case study research lies in its capacity to yield rich and in depth data. This abundance of data enables a thorough analysis and interpretation of the research question, resulting in more insightful findings. Despite its, despite its numerous advantages, case study research does come with certain limitations. The extensive nature of this method means that it can be time consuming and require substantial resources. Furthermore, the findings derived from a case study may not be applicable to broader populations or context. Researchers must therefore exercise caution when generalizing their results and recognize the inherent limitations of this research approach. How to plan a field study? Planning a field study is an essential step in ensuring the success of the research. So to begin with, it is first step is to develop a clear. So to begin, it is important to develop a clear and concise research question that is relevant to the broader field of study. This question should be open-ended, allowing for multiple possible answers rather than a simple yes or no. Additionally, the research question should contribute new knowledge to the existing body of information. Once you have established your research question, it is important to identify the key aspects that need to be studied and the data that needs to be collected. This may involve creating a hypothesis or research framework that outlines the connections between the various elements being studied and how they will be measured in the study. By doing so, you can ensure that your data collection process is focused and aligned with your research objectives. Next, consider the logistics of your field study. Determine the location where your research will take place and assess any potential challenges or limitations that may arise. It is important to plan ahead and make any necessary arrangements to overcome these obstacles. Additionally, consider the time frame for your study and allocate sufficient time for data collection, analysis, and interpretation. Next step is to identify your research site. Choosing the right place to conduct research is crucial as it sets the foundation for your study. This location, known as research site, can vary depending on the subject of your research. For environmental or ecological studies, natural habitats such as forests, wetlands, or coral reefs provide an abundance of plants and animals to observe and analyze. On the other hand, if your research focuses on social or cultural factors, studying a specific community like a neighborhood, village, or city can offer valuable insights into how people in that particular community think and behave. If your research focuses on organizational behavior or management, your research site will be in a business environment such as a non-profit organization or government agency. By studying these organizations, you can have insights into their decision making processes and how they operate. Additionally, if your research question pertains to a particular event, conducting your study at that event, whether it is a protest, festival, or natural disaster, allows you to directly observe and gather information about what is happening. When selecting a research site, it is essential to choose one that accurately represents the population you are studying. For example, if you are examining cultural beliefs, ensure that the chosen community represents a larger group of people. Furthermore, having access to a diverse group of participants is crucial to obtain a comprehensive understanding of the topic. So, by carefully considering the research site, researchers can gather relevant and accurate data to support their studies. Third step is to determine your data collection methods. So, when you are doing a research, the method you choose to collect data depends on several factors. Firstly, you need to consider what information you want to find out and the type of data you require. Additionally, the individuals you are studying will also influence your decision. There are several common methods for collecting data in field studies. For example, one approach is through interviews, where you engage in conversations with people to gather their experiences, thoughts, and opinions. These interviews can be conducted in person, over the phone, or even online. Another method is through observations, where you carefully watch and take notes on how individuals behave and interact within a specific setting or situation. Surveys are another effective way to collect data. By creating a standardized set of questions, you can obtain consistent answers from participants. Surveys can be administered in person, through mail, or online. Another method is document analysis that involves examining various sources such as reports, letters, diaries, public records, policies, or social media posts to gain further context for your research. When deciding which method to use, there are several factors to consider. Firstly, you should assess the number of people you have access to for data collection. Ethical concerns should also be taken into account, ensuring that participants' rights and privacy are respected. Additionally, you need to consider the time and resources required for each method. For example, conducting interviews may demand more time and effort compared to distributing surveys. Next step is to obtain necessary permissions. So, before starting any research, it is very important to obtain the necessary permissions. Depending on the location and the subject of your study, you may need permission from local authorities, organizations, or individuals also. This is particularly important when working with people or animals or in sensitive or protected areas. To acquire the acquired permissions, there are several steps you can take. Firstly, identify who you need to ask for permission. This could include local governments, regulatory bodies, research institutions, or private organizations. These entities have the authority to grant approval for your research. Next is to reach out to the relevant authorities and provide them with a comprehensive explanation of your study. It is essential to furnish them with ample details about your research. If your study involves human participants, their consent is necessary. Additionally, ensure that they are aware of their right to withdraw from the study at any time. Furthermore, obtain any permits that may be required from regulatory bodies or local authorities. For example, if your research is conducted in a protected area, you might need a special permit from the government agency overseeing that region. It is important to note that acquiring all the necessary permissions may be a time consuming process, so patience is a key. As adhering to the rules and regulations is crucial, and letting the appropriate permits and permissions can lead to legal and ethical complications. Next step of doing a field study is to carefully observe and take detailed notes on all aspects of the experience. This includes documenting activities, events, and everyday interactions. These notes will serve as the foundation for identifying patterns within the information you gather and developing ideas that connect your case to a theoretical perspective. Additionally, you may have the opportunity to conduct interviews or participate in group discussions to further enhance your understanding of the subject matter. However, it is important to always seek permission before recording these interviews. Once you have gathered all the necessary information, the next step is to analyze it and compile a comprehensive report. This involves refining your ideas or theories and sharing your findings with other experts in the field. It is also advisable to verify your conclusions with the individuals you studied to ensure accuracy and validity. Field studies offer a unique opportunity to delve deeper into complex subjects within their natural environments. By observing and collecting data in real life situations, researchers have a more authentic and profound understanding of the area of study. So, by following all these steps, researchers can conduct successful field studies and contribute new knowledge to their respective fields. Now, I will discuss the advantages of this field research. Field research or field study is an effective method for studying various subjects because it allows researchers to observe and learn about phenomena as they occur in real life. This aspect of field study enhances the accuracy and reliability of the information collected. Another major advantage of field research is its adaptability to different situations. Researchers can modify their methods to suit the specific subject they are studying, enabling them to uncover new insights and discoveries along the way. Another fascinating application of field research is the study of animal behavior in their natural habitats. By closely observing animals in their native environments, researchers can acquire profound knowledge into their behaviors, social interactions, and unique adaptations. Field research is also commonly used in social sciences to study human behavior and societal trends. By immersing themselves in different communities and cultures, researchers can gather first hand data on various aspects of human life, such as cultural practices, social norms, and economic patterns. In addition to its application in the natural and social sciences, field study is also utilized in environmental studies. By conducting research directly in the field, scientists can assess the impact of human activities on the environment, monitor biodiversity, and develop strategies for conservation. Field research in environmental studies is essential for identifying and addressing environmental issues, ensuring the sustainability of our planet for future generations. Another important advantage of field research is that with the help of this method, we can gather detailed information or rich data that is difficult to obtain through other means. This type of research allows for a deep understanding of the topic being studied, providing important context and insights that may not be possible with other research methods. So, by observing and studying phenomena in their natural settings, researchers are able to have fresh perspectives and better comprehension about the complex issues. Another benefit of field research is its potential to generate new and unique insights. By directly engaging with the phenomena under investigation, researchers can uncover unexpected patterns, relationships, and behaviors that may have been overlooked in previous studies. These fresh perspectives can challenge existing theories and open up avenues for further exploration and inquiry. In this way, field research contributes to the advancement of knowledge and development of innovative solutions to complex problems. Furthermore, field research allows for a better understanding of complex issues by considering the broader context in which they occur. By studying phenomena in their natural settings, researchers can take into account the various factors and influences that shape and impact the subject matter. This contextual understanding is crucial for developing effective strategies and interventions that address the complexities and intricacies of real world situations. In addition to its depth and context, field research also enhances the quality and validity of research findings. By collecting data directly from the source, researchers can ensure its accuracy and reliability. They can also adapt their methods and approaches in real time based on the emerging insights and observations. Field research also has the potential to uncover new discoveries that may not be possible with other research methods. By venturing into unexplored territories and studying phenomena in their natural habitats, researchers can find out unexpected phenomena that were previously unknown. These findings can lead to breakthroughs and advancements in various fields and expanding our knowledge and understanding. Field research, though, have various advantages, but it also presents several challenges that researchers must consider. One drawback of field research is the significant time commitment it requires. Researchers may need to spend extended periods in the field, which can be particularly challenging if the research site is distant or necessitates extensive travel. Additionally, field research can be costly, especially when conducted in remote locations or when specialized equipment and materials are necessary. Field research can also have difficulties in finding individuals who are willing to participate in the research. This is because people's personal circumstances, attitudes, and beliefs can greatly influence their decision to take part in such studies. Additionally, ethical concerns arise when conducting field research, particularly when it involves vulnerable groups or sensitive topics. Researchers must navigate these complexities with utmost care. Another obstacle faced by researchers is the lack of control they have over the environment or situation they are studying. Unlike laboratory environments where variables can be manipulated, field research often relies on observing natural settings. Consequently, it becomes difficult to establish cause and effect relationships and generalize findings to other research contexts. This limitation necessitates researchers to critically evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of field research and select the most suitable approach for their specific research question, participants, and context. However, the success of field research heavily relies on establishing rapport and trust with participants. Building strong relationships is crucial for obtaining accurate and reliable information. Researchers must be skilled in engaging with diverse individuals and communities, demonstrating sensitivity and respect towards their perspectives and experiences. This interpersonal aspect of field research demands patience, empathy, and effective communication skills. Furthermore, field research requires meticulous planning and organization, so researchers must carefully design their studies, considering factors such as sample size, data collection methods, and potential biases. Researchers need to anticipate logistical challenges also, such as travel arrangements and access to research sites. Additionally, ethical considerations must be at the forefront of every decision made throughout the research process, ensuring the well being and privacy of participants. While field study presents challenges, its benefits in terms of direct observation and interaction make it a valuable approach in many research contexts. By carefully considering these factors, researchers can ensure the validity and reliability of their findings while respecting the rights and well being of the participants. This is all about the field research. Thank you.